If you're thinking of moving to Portland, Oregon, and your budget's under $600,000, well, this little known, charming neighborhood just might be the perfect fit. My name's Aaron Cullen. I'm a local real estate agent right here in Portland, Oregon. And today we're talking about a little known neighborhood right here in Portland, Oregon. If your budget's between $500,000 and $600,000, this very cute and charming neighborhood just might be a great fit for you. I'm talking about the neighborhood of Maywood Park. And this neighborhood is actually a city. They voted to incorporate back in the 60s. And I'll get into that here in a little bit, but it's a really cute, neat neighborhood right in Northeast Portland. Okay, so we're gonna be cruising around on the maps today, and I'm gonna drop the little guy in there so you can see what the neighborhoods look like, and I can give you a little general overview of what this neighborhood's like and if it might be a good fit for you. We're also gonna take a look at 2 properties that are on the market right now in this neighborhood, and this will also give you a good idea of what to expect. So here's Maywood Park right here in this red dot. And here's downtown Portland right here. And I'll pull out even a little further just to give you some context of Portland. Here's Lake Oswego down here. Here's Beaverton right over here. Hillsborough right over here. And here we are right over here in Maywood Park in Northeast Portland. And also the airport is right here. I can't begin to express how cool this little neighborhood is. Now this neighborhood only has about 300 homes in it. Originally, it had a little over 400, but I don't like to get too bogged down in history, but this is a really interesting fact. The 205, when they built this in the late 60s, it cut through the western part of Maywood Park. The residents decided to band together and incorporate in an attempt to try to block the 205 from cutting through their neighborhood. Well, they were unsuccessful about that, but they were successful in getting a lot of mitigation things put into place so the impact of the highway going through that neighborhood would affect them very little as far as noise goes and viewing and things like that. So they were successful in retaining a lot of the character of the neighborhood and really lowering that impact from the noise to that neighborhood. So even though the 205 goes right up against on the western edge of it, it still is very protected. You don't hear the highway noise when you're in the neighborhood much at all. Now let's zoom in a little bit so you can really get a good view. So here we're gonna zoom in. I have it highlighted in red so you can actually see the city perimeter here. And you can see it's not a huge area, but this neighborhood has a lot of really cool things going for it, especially for being right up against a major highway right here. You would never know it if you're down in this neighborhood because the highway is built below grade. So it's sunken down when it goes around this neighborhood. This whole section is way down below grade. And that was to minimize the noise pollution. They also were successful in having a green belt built between the neighborhood and the city. And so that's right here. It's called this multi-use path right here. So it's a great bike path that they have right in the neighborhood, and then this green space that also like goes uphill, and it's manicured very nicely. And you know what? Let's drop in and show you. So let me turn this around here so you can see. See, here's the bike green path right here. Multi-use bike path for walking, jogging, biking. And you can see this natural area that they built here in this huge embankment. And it looks just like a wild, built up hill, but it actually builds up way up here. And the highway's not up here at the top, it's actually way below grade. But they have this sound deadening barrier that they built right there. And it's just done really, really well. So we are on a nice sunny day. We've got these, again, this nice green belt all along the right side here. You can see these really cute streets here, huge big fir trees, and it's a very, very charming little neighborhood. And let me go down one of these streets for you. Just to give me an idea, here's what some of the houses are. These are great cottage style homes that you're gonna see in this neighborhood. One of the reasons this neighborhood is really neat is it was modeled after Eastmoreland and Laurelhurst. And if you're familiar with those areas here in Portland, Laurelhurst is a very historic, it's historically protected. That area is a lot more expensive than this, but they modeled those successful areas, very neighborhoody, cool homes. They really took thought how they constructed the streets. And so here, if you look right here in the center of every street where they crisscross is a little tree that they have right in the middle. So what that does is it really slows down the through traffic in the neighborhood and just makes for like a really neat, extra quaint neighborhood when they have those little elements. And since this neighborhood is incorporated, it's about 300 homes. Everybody around here really has that neighborhood feel. They do get-togethers. I was there touring a home for a client around Halloween, and they had one of the blocks completely blocked off, and they were doing trick-or-treating for little kids. It wasn't even Halloween yet. So here you can see some of the homes. This is one of the wider streets here. This gives you an idea of what you can get for, again, it's gonna be around the $500,000 mark up to about $600,000. And you can definitely get homes, some of the homes even in the high 400s. So this would be the edge right here. So you can see here, we got the little sign up here, City of Maywood Park, and 102nd Avenue, that's the border right there. And it all just pull out so you can see and get oriented. You know, here's that red line. So here's 102nd we were just looking at, okay? And it's kind of basically like a little triangle for the city. Here's the 205. So it's this whole neighborhood in here. And you can really see how much greener it is too in this neighborhood. You know, when you pull back here on the map view, look how much more dark green it is right here, just compared to the city right around it. And that's because this neighborhood is incorporated. The residents here have a lot more say of what goes on in the neighborhood. So there's just a lot more old growth when they were developing that area. It was a forest when they finally developed it in the 40s, and they kept a lot of those older growth trees. So you can really see that here. And when you zoom in, you know, you can see all this tree cover. It doesn't mean the other neighborhoods don't have it, but not as dense as this with the old growth here. And another bonus is a lot of these homes have pretty big size lots. You'll come across some of these lots that are 1/4 acre. So you could definitely expand on your home. One of the things they have about these homes is most of them have basements, and a lot of people have built those out to get that extra square footage, because these are a lot smaller, more modest homes. They're typically gonna be a 2-bed, 2-bath, or 3-bed, 2-bath, some kind of configuration of that. And some of them have been able to expand their footprint a little bit by building out those basements, putting an extra living area down there, an extra bathroom, sometimes 2 extra bedrooms down there. But they all have these nice big backyards. I mean, look at these streets, look how cool that is. Just for being in the city, having all these huge trees, it's really neat to see. I really love this neighborhood. And here's that green belt again, right here. Let me zoom out here so you can also see a little bit about this green belt and one of the other cool things about it. I'll pull back here. So this is this multi-use path, greenbelt path. So it comes along right here, and it's totally protected. It's not on a street, and it goes right under here, under this bridge, and then it connects right into here. And on this side of the off-ramp is the metro. So you have a metro stop right here. And if I click that, it'll highlight it just so you can see. You could hop on that, walk over to it, and go right to the airport. So if you have a flight, you gotta stop right here, like a block, half a block from your neighborhood, which is really neat. And then you can also go the other direction if I keep pulling out, and you can go right downtown. So you can go downtown for the day, for the afternoon, or if you work there, take the metro. Super convenient, right off of the stop of the metro. We call that the Max here in Portland. So that's another really cool plus, is to have access to that. They also have a big bus stop as well, right next to that as well, if you're going other places around the city that the Max doesn't take you. So having that transportation is a really nice perk to this neighborhood. And again, having this little walkway system, this path system that's right there in the neighborhood, is another really neat feature. And I'm going to bring up the MLS so we can see a couple homes that are for sale right here in this neighborhood. So again, it's this triangle right here, so we can see I've started them. There's two homes right here, one for $539 and another one for $580. Let's go ahead and click on this one that's available right now for $580 so you can get an idea. I'll just flip through these pictures here. The living room, very cute, fireplace. And again, the square footage of these homes are gonna be on the smaller side because they are that cottage 1940s build. But a lot of these homes have taken down some walls, opened up the kitchen, so you're gonna get a lot of updating that's been done over the time on some of these. Really neat little kitchen. They definitely opened this up at some point. Opens to the dining room, to the living room, upgraded lighting. And this also has a second floor, so they have put a bedroom, primary bedroom up here, which probably would have been the attic that they finished out. That's really cute. The bathroom up there. Here's another bedroom and a third bedroom. Now, here's that basement level. So here's a great example of finishing out the basement. So in here, they've done a big extra living space. They built in a little bar here, and they actually have a wine room in this one right back behind there. So here's that little kitchenette that they have down there. It's pretty neat. And then these people must have been wine connoisseurs that own the home at some point. So that's really neat. Usually you'll see these in a lot of the bigger homes around Portland. Since we do have the Willamette Valley, it's known for their Pinots, wine country. So this one, they've built a pretty big wine cellar. That's really neat to see. And they also have a full bath down there as well. Washer and dryer room, extra room for storage with all the mechanicals. Here's a back patio with a little covering. Here's some of the side yard. But you can see this is a 1/4 acre lot. So you get a lot of backyard with this. And they have that detached garage right there. There's the floor plan. So you can see there's 2 bedrooms here on the first floor. This is the main floor, right when you come in. Dining room, kitchen, living room we looked at with the fireplace, bedroom, go up the stairs. Here's that third bedroom up there, all right? And then downstairs is right here that we saw. Utility room, that big living room. Here's that wine cellar, the laundry room, and a full bath down there. So this is very similar to what you're gonna get to a lot of these homes here in this neighborhood. This one's priced at $580. Again, here we are getting closer towards the end of November, right before Thanksgiving, so prices do change. We are in a fluctuating market. Something just to be aware of. Here's one priced at $539,000. I've been inside this one. This is a really cute home. It's been on the market now for a while, and I think the main reason for that is, I'll go ahead and start with the, here we go, with the floor plan. So this one has one bedroom on the main floor, which we're looking at right here, but then it has 3 bedrooms downstairs. And a lot of families, if you have kids, especially if they're young kids, I find typically want to have the kids on the same level as them if possible. So this home is has been more of a no-go for people because all the kids would have to be in that basement level and the primary bedroom is on the first floor. But it is a very cute house. Again, it's about a 1/4 acre lot. They have done a lot of updating. You can see the front, a lot of character, 1-car garage. This is the front yard, really cute backyard to this one. Here's the front. Love that fireplace. How cool is that? Great size living room. Opens up right to the kitchen. Now in here, they don't have a dining room in here. It's kind of tucked around for a more traditional dining room around the other side that I'll show you here in a second. But they have built in a little bar, which I thought that was cool. But this is, again, just to give you an idea what to expect in this neighborhood. A lot of them have done a lot of updates like this. Here's that dining room that looks off the deck to the backyard. And here's that primary room on the main level. They're smaller rooms, but very cute. Primary bathroom. And then here we go downstairs to that basement level. So they have that full living room space in here. We also have the washer and dryer in here, which I did think was a little odd. I would have done that a little bit differently myself. They have a guest room set up in there, bathroom and shower, nicely done, nicely updated. Another one of the rooms, and then a kid's little set up as a little kid's room here. So that is one of the drawbacks. Having rooms in a basement level is your windows are going to be up high, so there's not a ton of daylight that's going to come in those traditionally, unless it's a daylight basement. So that's something just to be aware of. But look at this backyard, killer backyard. Love that big green space. You could always add on to this house as well if you wanted. Here's a picture of that greenbelt that we checked out and I was talking about that they have there. City of Maywood Park. Again, a lot of pride of ownership goes into this neighborhood. And if you like a nice, safe neighborhood, be able to bike around, walk around with your kids, this could be a great option if you still want to be in Portland and not way out in the suburbs at a good, affordable price point and have mass transportation nearby and good public schools nearby as well. If you have any questions about Maywood, feel free to give me a call. My name is Aaron Cullen. I'm a local real estate agent right here in Portland, Oregon. My information's right down there. Go ahead and reach out and give me a call. And I hope you got some good information out of the city of Maywood Park, and I'll see you on the next one.